ways of getting electronic books for free from the library, and I'm going to show you some of them. First, you'll go to our homepage, www.northcastlelibrary.org. And then once you're there, you can see that we have a section that says ebooks. I'm going to look first at the biggest and oldest of them. That's, of course, Overdrive. You sign into Overdrive with your library card number and your PIN. Your PIN is typically the last 4 digits of your phone number. Once you're in, you can search for specific titles or authors, or you can browse. You'll see that we have a lot of the current bestsellers. You can see some of them on the screen just now. Another really good source for current bestsellers is the 3M Cloud Library, and we're going to take a look at that now. As you see, you can get an app for it, and you can also get it on your PC or on your Mac. We're going to do that right now. So we're at the 3M website right now, and you see that you've got to choose your country. Of course, we're in the United States. So the next thing you do is to choose your state, and here's New York State. And after that, you'll find your library. There we are, North Castle Public Library. And then we'll be in. And the cool thing about these websites, like Total Books and 3M, is that we can browse for something online and then get it in your app. So here we are. You can log in, and again, you log in with your library card number and your PIN, and you can browse for all kinds of items. So once you're logged in, you can actually get some books. And I'm looking through all of these titles, and I see a book that I am interested in. That's Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. You might have heard about that one. So I'm going to see if I can get it. As it turns out, somebody has borrowed that book before me, so I got myself on the hold list for it, and it looks like I'm going to have to wait a while. Well, that's a little frustrating, but the library system does have ways around that too, and that brings us to our next method of borrowing electronic books. That's the Total Books app. Total Books is neat because there are never any fines. You can keep your books as long as you like, and you don't have to place any holds. Whatever you see, you can download immediately. You find it on our webpage, northcastlelibrary.org, and it's with the other ebook databases. And you'll sign in with your library card and PIN. Once you're signed in, you can start looking for books. I'm signed in, and I'm a fan of classic British mysteries, so I'm going to look for one by one of my favorite authors. So here I'm typing in my search, and they have a lot of books by her. They actually have a book that I've never read and that I've never seen in the library. So I'm going to go ahead and download that book. So I'm clicking on my book now, and it's going to download. And the neat thing about Total Books is that it's going to show up on my device where I have the Total Books app installed. But that's not the only way that you can get books that you never have to return. Overdrive does let you get classic books from the Gutenberg Project, and there's also Biblioboard. Biblioboard lets you find ebooks that you would never find anyplace else, and there are 2 ways to search it, as you'll see. You can search without a library card, just the public collections, or you can log in with your library card and search for all kinds of books. Now, the public collections have some neat stuff, especially on local history and library history. For example, we're going to have a look at George, the Library Duck. So you see there are a few items about George and his visit to the library. And there he is. He's quite a handsome duck, isn't he? That's just one example of the sort of local history you can find here. There's also a local music project and much, much more. Various local projects that libraries have curated all over the country. But Biblioboard's real strength is something else entirely. If your library subscribes, and the North Castle Library does subscribe, you can search for all sorts of self-published and small press books and borrow them, either on your browser or on your device. First, you've got to create a profile. I'm showing you how to do that. You just sign in, as usual, with your library card number and your PIN, and then you choose your own username and password. I've got a username and password, so I'm signing in, and here I am, and I'm able to look for all kinds of books. These indie books have been specially selected by Library Journal, so you know they're good. And the other thing that's really cool, I don't know if you can see the biology vlog there, that was written by a local author. Biblioboard lets you borrow books by local authors. If you are a local author, it's a way to get your books into libraries so patrons can read them. If you prefer to read on your device, you can get free apps for all of these from Apple or the Android store. I've got them on my phone in a folder called Books. I think you can see it here. There are Total Books and 3M and Overdrive and Biblioboard, along with my Kindle app. And I'm just going to take a quick look at Biblioboard. I don't know if you can see this, but it looks almost exactly the way it does online. Now we're going to have a town-wide big read during the months of March and April, and the book we're reading is on Total Books. It is My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durrell. And I'm going into Total Books right now, and there it is. This is the book that we'll be reading for the North Castle Library Big Read, which starts on March 2nd. If you need any help with any of these apps, just call us up or come into the library. We're always happy to see you here.